Hi students, in the previous video we have learnt about exothermic reaction and combination reaction. Today we will be learning about endothermic reaction and decomposition reaction. As we have learned before, the reaction in which energy is absorbed is called endothermic chemical reaction. The different types of chemical reactions we are going to learn in this lesson are combination or synthesis reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, and redox reaction. In the previous video, we have learnt about combination reaction. Today, let's learn decomposition reaction. The reaction in which single reactant breaks down to give simpler products. Decomposition reaction requires energy in the form of heat, light, or electricity for breaking down the reactants. Types of decomposition reaction. Thermal decomposition using heat energy. Electrolysis or electrolytic decomposition using electricity. Photolysis or photolytic decomposition using sunlight. Let's start with thermal decomposition reaction. The reaction in which single reactant breaks down using heat energy to give simpler products. Thermal decomposition of ferrous sulfate. Take some ferrous sulfate crystals, which is green in color, in a test tube and heat it over a flame. As shown in the picture, the ferrous sulfate turns pale in color as the water molecules evaporate and can be noticed as water droplets on the sides of the test tube. The powder that has turned pale in color is the anhydrous ferrous sulfate, that is FeSO4. On further heating, the anhydrous ferrous sulfate decomposes to form ferric oxide, that is Fe2O3, which is black in color and releases the gases sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide, which can be identified with the characteristic odor of burning sulfur. So, ferrous sulfate, which is a single reactant, decomposes using heat energy to give ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Hence, it is a thermal decomposition reaction. It is also an endothermic reaction as the reaction absorbs heat energy to decompose and form the products. The next example is thermal decomposition of calcium carbonate. Take some calcium carbonate, that is limestone, in a test tube and heat it over a flame. As shown in the picture, the calcium carbonate decomposes to form quicklime, that is calcium oxide, and also releases carbon dioxide gas. Quicklime, that is calcium oxide, is used in the manufacturing of cement. So, calcium carbonate, which is a single reactant, decomposes using heat energy to give calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas. Hence, it is a thermal decomposition reaction. It is also an endothermic reaction as the reaction absorbs heat energy to decompose and form the products. Thermal decomposition of lead nitrate. Take some lead nitrate powder, which is white in color, in a test tube and heat it over a flame. As shown in the picture, the lead nitrate decomposes to form lead oxide and releases nitrogen dioxide gas and oxygen. The release of nitrogen dioxide can be noticed in the form of brown fumes. During the decomposition of lead nitrate, you can hear the crackling sound. So, lead nitrate, which is a single reactant, decomposes using heat energy to give lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas. Hence, it is a thermal decomposition reaction. It is also an endothermic reaction as the reaction absorbs heat energy to decompose and form the products. We have learnt about thermal decomposition reaction. Now, let's learn electrolytic decomposition reaction. The reaction in which single reactant breaks down using electricity to give simpler products. Aim of the experiment is to observe the electrolytic decomposition of water. Apparatus required are electrodes, 6-volt battery, test tubes, container, water with few drops of dilute sulfuric acid. Take water in a container along with few drops of dilute sulfuric acid, which helps in enhancing the speed of decomposition. Place 2 electrodes, that is anode and cathode, in the test tubes immersed in the container. Connect the electrodes to a 6-volt battery and a switch. Observation. When the switch is turned on to pass the electricity, you will soon notice the gas bubbles that collect near the electrodes in the immersed test tubes. The gas bubbles displaces the water inside both the test tubes. We will also notice that the volume of the gas in the test tube containing the cathode is double that of the gas in the test tube containing the anode. On electrolysis, water decomposes to form hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. The hydrogen gas gets collected near the cathode. The oxygen gas is collected near the anode on electrolysis of water. Confirmatory test for hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Turn off the battery and remove both the test tubes. Place a burning candle near the mouth of each test tube. The test tube containing hydrogen gas burns with a pop sound. The test tube containing oxygen gas burns more brighter. So, water, which is a single reactant, decomposes using electrical energy to form hydrogen and oxygen gases. Hence, it is an electrolytic decomposition reaction. It is also an endothermic reaction as the reaction uses electricity to decompose and form the products. We have learnt about thermal decomposition reaction and electrolytic decomposition reaction. Now, let's learn photolytic decomposition reaction. The reaction in which single reactant breaks down using sunlight to give simpler products. We have learnt thermal decomposition reaction and electrolytic decomposition reaction. Now let's learn photolysis or photolytic decomposition. Photolytic decomposition of silver chloride and silver bromide. On photolysis, that is in presence of sunlight, the white silver bromide powder turns grey to form silver. Take some silver bromide or silver chloride powder in a dish and leave it in the presence of sunlight for a while. You will notice that the white powder of silver bromide or silver chloride turns grey in color as it forms silver and releases bromine and chlorine gases respectively. So, silver bromide or silver chloride, which is a single reactant, decomposes using light energy to give silver and bromine or chlorine gases. Hence, it is a photolytic decomposition reaction. Also, the reaction uses light energy to decompose and form the products. So, it is also an endothermic reaction. A comparative study of combination reaction and decomposition reaction. The reaction in which two or more reactants combine together to form a single product is called combination reaction. The reaction in which single reactant breaks down to give simpler products is called decomposition reaction. Combination reactions are generally exothermic in nature. Decomposition reactions are generally endothermic in nature. Now let's look at an example for combination. Calcium oxide plus water gives calcium hydroxide with evolution of heat. For decomposition reaction, calcium carbonate on heating gives calcium oxide and carbon dioxide.